Life is full of opportunities, challenges, and moments that test your courage, determination, and willpower. But the truth is, success doesn't come to those who wait for perfect conditions or for someone else to give them permission. It comes to those who refuse to settle, who refuse to quit, and who choose to push themselves beyond what they thought was possible. This is your invitation to take control of your life, to stop making excuses, and to embrace the power within you to make things happen. You might be here because you feel stuck, frustrated, or unsure of your next move. That's okay. Every great journey begins with a moment of uncertainty. The difference between those who achieve their dreams and those who don't is not luck, talent, or circumstance. It's the willingness to take action, to push yourself even when it's hard, and to persist when most people would give up. This audiobook will teach you not just how to dream, but how to transform those dreams into reality through relentless effort and unwavering focus. Pushing yourself begins with a mindset. It's about breaking free from self-imposed limitations and rejecting the stories you've told yourself about who you are or what you can achieve. Many people live their entire lives constrained by fear, doubt, and comfort, never realizing the full potential of their own abilities. In this audiobook, we'll explore how to identify those barriers, how to challenge them, and how to cultivate the mental toughness that separates the average from the exceptional. You'll learn that pushing yourself doesn't mean being reckless or unsustainable. It means understanding the value of discipline, consistency, and deliberate action. It means setting goals that stretch you, developing habits that empower you, and building resilience to face the inevitable obstacles along the way. This journey is not about instant results or shortcuts. It's about creating lasting change by committing fully to your growth, day after day, step by step. Throughout this audiobook, you will hear strategies and insights that are practical, actionable, and proven. You will learn how to identify your why, the deep, personal reason behind your ambitions, and how to use it as fuel when motivation wanes. You'll discover the importance of surrounding yourself with the right people, creating an environment that supports your goals, and learning from failures instead of fearing them. Each chapter is designed to provide a toolkit for pushing yourself to new heights. We will also address the mental battles that hold most people back: fear, procrastination, and self-doubt. These forces are powerful, but they are not undefeatable. With the right mindset, perspective, and strategies, you can transform these challenges into opportunities for growth. By learning to face them head-on, you will gain confidence, clarity, and momentum, all essential components for turning your intentions into real, tangible outcomes. This audiobook is not about sugarcoating the struggle. Pushing yourself is hard. It requires sacrifice, patience, and persistence. There will be days when you want to quit, when every step feels heavier than the last. But those are precisely the moments that define your journey. You will learn how to embrace discomfort, turn obstacles into stepping stones, and persist with determination even when the results aren't immediately visible. Success is not a destination, it's a lifestyle. It is the culmination of consistent effort, disciplined habits, and an unwavering belief in your capacity to achieve more than you ever imagined. By committing to push yourself, you are choosing a path of growth, resilience, and empowerment. Every decision you make, every action you take becomes a building block toward the life you want. This audiobook will guide you in constructing that life with intention and purpose. As you listen, I encourage you to engage deeply. Reflect on the areas of your life where you've held back. Identify the goals you've postponed, the dreams you've let fade, and the potential you've underestimated. This is your moment to reclaim them. Let each chapter inspire you to take bold steps, implement changes immediately, and develop the habits and mindset that will carry you forward, no matter what challenges arise. Finally, remember that pushing yourself is not a one-time effort. It is a commitment to yourself and your future. Every step, no matter how small, brings you closer to the person you were meant to become. You have the power to shape your destiny, to overcome limitations, and to make things happen. This audiobook is your guide, your companion, and your motivation. The journey begins now, and the choice to push yourself and make it happen is yours. Chapter 1. The Power of Decision. Start where you are. The journey to achieving anything meaningful in life begins with a single, deliberate decision. It starts not with talent, not with perfect timing, and not with external circumstances, but with a conscious choice to take control of your life. Every great achievement, every monumental success, and every inspiring story begins with a person deciding that they will no longer wait for someone or something to make it happen for them. The moment you choose to push yourself, you step into a world of possibility, and that choice becomes the foundation of everything that follows. It is easy to get caught in the trap of waiting for the perfect moment. Many people postpone their dreams because they feel they are not ready, they lack resources, or they fear failure. The truth is, there is no perfect moment. The conditions will never be flawless, and the obstacles will never completely disappear. Waiting for external circumstances to align is the fastest way to remain stagnant. True power lies in starting exactly where you are, using exactly what you have, and taking one determined step forward today. Decision is the spark that ignites action. Without it, even the clearest goals remain nothing more than ideas floating in your mind. When you make a decision, you create momentum. You send a signal to your brain and to the universe that you are serious, that you are committed, and that you are willing to act. This commitment transforms possibilities into reality, because decisions carry with them a certain energy, an unstoppable drive that propels you forward even when challenges appear overwhelming. Making the decision to push yourself requires courage. It demands that you confront your fears, doubts, and insecurities head-on. Fear is always present at the beginning of any meaningful endeavor, but courage does not mean the absence of fear. It means acting despite it. When you decide to take control of your path, you are consciously choosing to face discomfort, to embrace uncertainty, and to walk forward even when the outcome is not guaranteed. This courage is the first proof of your strength. Your decision sets the tone for the habits you form and the actions you take. Every choice you make afterward is influenced by that initial commitment. Once you decide to push yourself, you begin to notice opportunities that were invisible before. Doors that seemed closed start to open. Challenges transform into lessons. The mind, once clouded with doubt, sharpens and focuses. Your decision becomes the lens through which you view the world, guiding you toward growth, resilience, and achievement. Starting where you are means accepting your current situation without excuses or complaints. It means acknowledging that you may not have everything you want or that life may not be perfect, yet refusing to let these conditions dictate your potential. Every great person started somewhere, often in circumstances far from ideal. What differentiates those who succeed from those who don't is the ability to take responsibility for their lives and make a decisive move forward, no matter how small it may seem at the beginning. Decision also carries accountability. Once you decide to push yourself, you inherently take responsibility for your results. No longer can you blame circumstances, other people, or luck for your lack of progress. You are now the architect of your future, and every action you take, or fail to take, reflects the seriousness of your decision. This accountability can feel daunting, but it is also liberating, because it reminds you that you have the power to shape your own destiny. The act of deciding creates clarity. Many people drift through life because they haven't truly committed to anything. They are pulled in multiple directions, unsure of what to pursue. A firm decision eliminates confusion. It aligns your focus and energy with a specific purpose, allowing you to channel your efforts toward concrete goals. Clarity is the compass that guides your actions, and decision is the key that unlocks it. Momentum is born from decision. Once you have chosen to push yourself, even the smallest action begins to build energy and drive. The first steps may feel awkward or uncomfortable, but every step reinforces your commitment. Each morning you wake up and choose to take action, you solidify your decision and expand your capacity for achievement. Momentum compounds over time, turning what once seemed impossible into reality through persistent effort. Finally, the power of decision lies in its immediacy. You do not need permission, validation, or external approval to decide. You do not need a guarantee of success. All you need is the willingness to say, I will start now from where I am and I will not quit. This simple yet profound declaration, repeated through your actions each day, sets the stage for transformation. It is the first and most critical step in pushing yourself and truly making it happen. Chapter 2: Discovering Your Why, the Fuel That Keeps You Going. Discovering your why is the single most important step in pushing yourself to achieve greatness. Your why is the deep, personal reason behind everything you do. It's the invisible force that drives you when the road is tough, when motivation wanes, and when obstacles threaten to stop you. Without a clear why, effort feels empty and progress can feel meaningless. But when your why is crystal clear, it transforms challenges into stepping stones and setbacks into lessons. It gives purpose to every action, no matter how small, and keeps your fire burning even when everything else seems uncertain. Your why is personal. It isn't what society, friends, or family expects of you. It isn't the money you want to earn or the recognition you hope to receive. Those are results, not your why. Your why is the deeper reason that makes those results meaningful. It might be the desire to provide a better life for your family, to prove to yourself that you are capable, or to inspire others through your journey. Whatever it is, your why must resonate so deeply that it becomes non-negotiable, a reason to keep going even when quitting feels tempting. To uncover your why, you must first look inward. Ask yourself the hard questions. What truly matters to me? What kind of life do I want to lead? What impact do I want to leave behind? Don't settle for superficial answers. Go deep. Often, the most powerful whys are rooted in personal experiences, struggles, or moments that challenged you to grow. Reflect on the moments in your life when you felt most alive or most driven. These moments can guide you toward your core purpose. Once you identify your why, write it down. Seeing your why in black and white solidifies it. It becomes a tangible reminder of your purpose. Place it somewhere visible, on a wall, in your journal, or even as a note on your phone, so that you are constantly reminded of the reason behind your actions. Revisit it regularly, refine it, and let it evolve with your growth. A well-defined why is not static. It grows as you grow, becoming a powerful compass that guides every decision you make. One of the most important aspects of never stopping is maintaining a mindset of constant improvement. Even after reaching milestones or achieving goals, there is always room to grow. Pushing yourself means refusing to be complacent and understanding that excellence is a habit, not a one-time result. It's about finding ways to challenge yourself consistently, whether by learning new skills, taking on new responsibilities, or setting higher standards than you did yesterday. Growth thrives in discomfort, and discomfort is where your future self is waiting. The journey continues because life never stops testing you. There will always be competition, distractions, or unforeseen difficulties that demand more from you than you thought you had to give. Pushing yourself requires mental toughness, the ability to stay focused on your vision despite what is happening around you. It means keeping your eyes on the long-term prize, even when the short-term moments feel discouraging or exhausting. Each step forward, no matter how small, is progress, and over time, that progress compounds into results that others will marvel at. Consistency is the heartbeat of pushing yourself forward. Talent or luck alone will not sustain you. Daily effort, discipline, and commitment will. It's about showing up when no one is watching, following through even when motivation fades, and holding yourself accountable for the promises you make to yourself. The journey is long, but those who push themselves consistently build a momentum that carries them past obstacles that would stop others in their tracks. Momentum is earned, not given, and it is a direct result of persistent effort. Never stop pushing also means staying adaptable. Life is dynamic, and the strategies that worked yesterday may not work today. Being willing to learn, unlearn, and relearn is essential for continued growth. Adaptability allows you to face challenges with creativity instead of frustration. It helps you transform setbacks into opportunities and obstacles into stepping stones. Those who push themselves understand that flexibility is not weakness. It is the power to navigate life with purpose and intelligence. Another key to never stopping is self-belief. Pushing yourself requires confidence in your ability to overcome, to persevere, and to create your own opportunities. Doubt will always be present, but it cannot dictate your actions. Believing in yourself fuels action, even when fear tries to paralyze you. Confidence is built through small victories, repeated effort, and the knowledge that you have the power to shape your own destiny through consistent, focused action. Support and inspiration also play a role in sustaining the journey. Surround yourself with people who encourage your growth, challenge your limits, and celebrate your wins with genuine enthusiasm. These connections provide the energy and perspective needed to keep moving forward when the road gets tough. While pushing yourself is ultimately your responsibility, the right environment amplifies your efforts and keeps you motivated to continue, even during the most challenging times. It's essential to celebrate progress along the way. Recognizing how far you've come reinforces your commitment and reminds you that your efforts are not in vain. Each accomplishment, each lesson learned, each fear confronted is a victory that builds your resilience and strengthens your resolve. Reflection fuels motivation. Acknowledging your progress gives you the courage to push even further, to aim higher, and to continue striving when others might give up. Finally, never stop pushing because the journey itself is your greatest teacher. Life rewards those who refuse to settle, those who choose action over excuses, and those who commit to their own growth no matter what. The act of pushing yourself shapes your character, sharpens your mind, and expands your capacity for achievement. The journey continues indefinitely, and every day you choose to push yourself, you create a life defined not by limits but by possibilities. Your potential is limitless, but only if you commit to the ongoing pursuit of greatness. Conclusion. The journey of pushing yourself and making it happen is not a path for the faint-hearted. It requires courage, resilience, and an unyielding belief in your own potential. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a testament to your commitment to growth and transformation. Remember that the discomfort, the fear, and the moments of doubt are not obstacles. They are signposts guiding you toward the person you are capable of becoming. Each challenge you face is an opportunity to sharpen your mind, strengthen your spirit, and expand your capacity to achieve. Life will not hand you success on a silver platter. It demands that you show up every day fully present and ready to give your best. Waiting for the perfect moment is a trap that keeps dreams locked away. The reality is that the perfect moment rarely exists. There is only the moment you choose to act. Pushing yourself means embracing imperfection and taking bold action anyway. It means moving forward with courage even when the path ahead is uncertain, and trusting that each step, no matter how difficult, brings you closer to your goal. Your mind is a powerful engine, capable of driving you toward greatness or holding you back in chains of self-doubt. Learning to master your thoughts, to replace fear with determination, and to redirect your energy toward constructive action is essential. The lessons learned in discomfort are often more valuable than any success achieved in comfort. You develop resilience, creativity, and problem-solving skills that cannot be gained from routine or ease. Every time you push past the urge to retreat, you gain confidence in your ability to handle the unexpected. This confidence becomes a powerful tool for achieving bigger goals. Failure is an inevitable companion of growth, but it is not a reason to retreat. Every failure within your comfort zone is magnified because it threatens your sense of security. By embracing challenges outside your comfort zone, failure becomes a teacher, revealing weaknesses to improve upon and strengths to build upon. Each setback is a stepping stone toward greater achievement. Ultimately, pushing yourself beyond comfort is about creating a life of purpose, achievement, and fulfillment. You will never grow by remaining safe, predictable, or comfortable. Real transformation happens when you are willing to feel awkward, vulnerable, and challenged. The discomfort is temporary, but the growth it produces lasts a lifetime. Step forward, embrace the unknown, and watch as your potential unfolds beyond what you ever imagined. Chapter 4: Building Unbreakable Discipline. Consistency is key. Discipline is the bridge between dreams and reality. It is what separates those who talk about their goals from those who achieve them. Discipline is not about harsh self-punishment or rigid rules. It's about creating habits that move you closer to your objectives every single day. It's the daily commitment to showing up, regardless of mood, motivation, or circumstance. Pushing yourself without discipline is like trying to sail a ship without a rudder. You may move, but you won't reach your destination. To build unbreakable discipline, you must start by defining your priorities. Understand what truly matters to you and what actions will have the most impact. This clarity acts as a compass, guiding your daily decisions and preventing you from being swayed by distractions. Every task you perform should be evaluated by whether it brings you closer to your goal. When your priorities are clear, discipline becomes easier because you're no longer drifting aimlessly, you're moving with purpose. Consistency is the cornerstone of discipline. Small actions repeated daily produce results far beyond sporadic bursts of effort. Think of discipline as planting seeds in a garden. Water them once and you may see a sprout, but neglect them for a day and growth slows. Only through consistent care, attention, and effort will your seeds flourish into strong, resilient plants. Every small action, even the ones that seem insignificant, compounds over time into massive transformation. One of the most powerful tools for building discipline is routine. Create structured habits that align with your goals and stick to them no matter what. Whether it's waking up early, dedicating time to learning, or exercising your body and mind, routines reduce reliance on motivation and make progress automatic. When discipline becomes a habit, you no longer have to rely on fleeting willpower, you are simply following the system you've built for yourself. Discipline also requires sacrifice. You cannot achieve extraordinary results while indulging in every comfort or avoiding challenges. Sometimes it means saying no to social distractions, instant gratification, or lazy tendencies. Sacrifice is not about deprivation. It's about choosing long-term gain over temporary pleasure. Each time you make the hard choice, you strengthen your self-control and reinforce your ability to push yourself even when it's uncomfortable. Accountability is another crucial component. Even the most disciplined individuals sometimes falter, but having systems in place to hold yourself accountable can prevent backsliding. Track your progress, set measurable goals, and review them regularly. Share your ambitions with someone who will challenge you to stay committed. The awareness that you are responsible for your results creates an added layer of discipline that keeps you moving forward, even when your energy wanes. Discipline thrives on clarity and simplicity. Complicated systems and unrealistic expectations often lead to burnout and failure. Break your goals into manageable steps. Focus on what truly matters and remove unnecessary complexity. By simplifying your actions and making them easy to repeat consistently, you make discipline a natural part of your life rather than an exhausting battle against yourself. Mental toughness is inseparable from discipline. You will encounter days when motivation is low, when obstacles seem insurmountable, and when doubts creep in. On those days, discipline is the anchor that keeps you steady. It's about pushing forward even when you don't feel like it, training yourself to embrace discomfort, and proving to yourself that your commitment is stronger than any excuse. Mental toughness and discipline reinforce each other, creating an unstoppable cycle of growth. Celebrating small wins is essential to maintaining discipline. Recognition of your progress fuels motivation and reinforces the habit loop. Each completed task, each step forward, serves as proof that your efforts are working. These celebrations don't need to be extravagant. A simple acknowledgement of your consistency can remind you that your daily actions matter, keeping your discipline alive and vibrant over the long term. Finally, understand that discipline is not a destination. It is a lifelong practice. It must be nurtured continuously, adapted as your goals evolve, and strengthened in response to challenges. The people who achieve extraordinary results are not those who never struggle. They are the ones who persistently practice discipline, refine their habits, and push themselves consistently regardless of circumstance. When you build unbreakable discipline, consistency becomes second nature, and making things happen is no longer a matter of chance. It becomes an inevitable outcome of your commitment. Chapter 5. Mastering the Mindset. Turn doubt into drive. Your mind is your most powerful ally, but it can also be your fiercest opponent. Every great achievement begins with the inner dialogue that takes place within you. The thoughts you allow to dominate your mind determine the trajectory of your actions, the resilience you show in the face of setbacks, and ultimately whether you reach your full potential. Mastering your mindset is not about eliminating doubt. It's about transforming it into fuel that propels you forward. Doubt is inevitable. Every person, even the most successful, experiences moments of uncertainty. The difference lies in how you respond to that doubt. When you feel the familiar whisper of, "I'm not good enough," or "I can't do this," instead of letting it paralyze you, recognize it as an invitation to grow stronger. Doubt signals that you are stepping outside your comfort zone, into a space where real progress and transformation occur. Your inner dialogue shapes your reality. If you constantly tell yourself you are incapable, your actions will align with that belief. Conversely, when you train your mind to focus on possibility, your actions reflect confidence and determination. Begin by consciously replacing limiting thoughts with empowering ones. When fear creeps in, counter it with affirmations of your capability. Tell yourself, "I can learn, I can adapt, I can overcome," and watch how your perspective shifts. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools in mastering the mind. Take time each day to vividly imagine yourself succeeding, overcoming obstacles, and achieving your goals. See the details, feel the emotions, and immerse yourself in the experience. Visualization trains your mind to recognize the path to success, reinforces your self-belief, and strengthens your determination to act in alignment with your vision. Self-talk is another critical component. Pay attention to the way you speak to yourself. Many people sabotage their own efforts with harsh, critical words. Instead, adopt a mindset of encouragement. Speak to yourself as you would to someone you care deeply about. Celebrate small wins, acknowledge effort, and remind yourself that setbacks are temporary and surmountable. Words are not just expressions, they are tools that shape your mental state. Mastering your mindset also requires emotional resilience. You will encounter criticism, failure, and disappointment. These external forces can easily undermine your confidence if your mind is not disciplined. Instead of internalizing negativity, learn to detach from it. Analyze feedback objectively, extract lessons, and let it strengthen your resolve. Your mind is strongest when you can maintain calm focus amid chaos. Gratitude is a surprisingly powerful mindset tool. By acknowledging what you already have, you reduce the space for fear and self-doubt to dominate your thoughts. Gratitude shifts your attention from what is lacking to what is abundant, and this shift generates energy, motivation, and creativity. Make it a daily habit to reflect on your accomplishments, your progress, and the resources at your disposal. Action amplifies mindset. Thinking positively and visualizing success are important, but without action they remain abstract. Push yourself to take decisive steps even when uncertainty lingers. Each action builds confidence, rewires your brain, and proves to yourself that you are capable. Momentum, once created, feeds back into your mindset, strengthening your belief that you can achieve what you set out to do. Mindset mastery is also about controlling focus. You cannot control every circumstance, but you can control where you direct your attention. Choose to focus on solutions, opportunities, and growth rather than problems and limitations. Your energy is precious. Spend it intentionally on thoughts and actions that serve your purpose. By consistently directing your focus toward positive, empowering paths, you cultivate a mindset that thrives under pressure. Ultimately, turning doubt into drive is a daily practice, not a one-time achievement. It requires vigilance, discipline, and persistence. Every time you feel uncertainty, remind yourself that this is the exact moment where pushing forward matters most. Doubt is not a barrier, it is a signal that you are on the path to growth. Harness it, transform it, and let it propel you toward the life you are capable of creating. Your mind, once trained, becomes an unstoppable force, turning obstacles into opportunities and dreams into reality. Chapter 6: Embracing Failure, the Secret to Success. Failure is often feared, avoided, and misunderstood. Most people see it as a reflection of weakness or inadequacy, but in reality, failure is a powerful teacher. It's the universe's way of redirecting you, testing your resilience, and preparing you for greater achievements. Every failure is a message, a signal that something needs adjustment, a push to rethink, and an opportunity to grow stronger. When you begin to see failure not as a defeat but as a necessary step toward mastery, you unlock a mindset that separates the ordinary from the extraordinary. Every successful person has a history of failures. They are not immune to mistakes or setbacks. Rather, they have learned to embrace them, to extract lessons from every misstep, and to use failure as a catalyst for progress. Thomas Edison, when asked about his countless failed attempts at creating the light bulb, famously said he had not failed but found thousands of ways that did not work. His perspective teaches us that failure is not the opposite of success. It is part of the path to it. Fear of failure is one of the greatest barriers to pushing yourself. It paralyzes ambition and stops action before it even begins. But what if you reframed failure as feedback rather than a verdict? Every misstep provides information. What doesn't work, what needs adjustment, and what can be done differently next time. Each failure sharpens your strategy, strengthens your resolve, and brings you one step closer to the outcome you desire. Failure also tests your resilience. It challenges your commitment to your goals and separates those who are willing to push through from those who give up too soon. When you fall and choose to rise again, you cultivate an inner strength that cannot be taught in classrooms or read in books. Pushing yourself through failure builds character, determination, and grit, qualities that ultimately define your ability to succeed. It is essential to remember that failure is temporary. No mistake, no setback, and no stumble defines who you are permanently. What matters is how you respond, how quickly you learn, and how determinedly you continue forward. The people who push themselves despite failures are the ones who rewrite their stories, who turn near defeats into major victories, and who inspire others through their courage to persevere. Every failure holds a lesson, but only if you are willing to look for it. Reflect on what went wrong, analyze your decisions, and identify the small changes that can lead to better outcomes next time. This is where true growth occurs. Failure is a mirror showing you where your weaknesses lie, where you can improve, and how you can adapt to become stronger, smarter, and more capable. The emotional side of failure cannot be ignored. It can sting, frustrate, and even demoralize, but experiencing these emotions is part of the process. Allow yourself to feel disappointment, but do not dwell in it. Transform those emotions into energy, energy that fuels your next attempt, energy that drives innovation, energy that transforms setbacks into stepping stones toward success. Failure also teaches humility and patience. It reminds you that success is rarely instantaneous and that mastery comes with persistence. Each failed attempt builds experience, sharpens skills, and expands understanding. Pushing yourself through these trials gives you a depth of knowledge and resilience that cannot be gained through effortless victories. The greatest achievements often emerge after a series of failures. Every obstacle, rejection, or misstep is simply a chapter in your journey, not the conclusion. Embrace failure as part of your story. Celebrate the lessons it brings and recognize that your perseverance in the face of setbacks is what will eventually set you apart from the rest. Finally, understand that the courage to fail is the courage to grow. Every time you push yourself despite the possibility of failure, you are stepping closer to your full potential. Embracing failure transforms fear into fuel, weakness into strength, and mistakes into milestones. To make things happen, to truly push yourself, you must welcome failure, not as an enemy but as a faithful guide on your journey toward success. Chapter 7. Surround yourself with the right influences. The people you spend your time with shape the person you become more than any other factor in your life. Your thoughts, habits, and even your dreams are influenced by those around you. If you want to push yourself and reach your highest potential, it is essential to surround yourself with individuals who elevate your thinking, challenge your limits, and inspire you to grow. Being around the right influences does not just motivate you. It shapes your identity and molds your mindset to align with success. Think about the energy that enters your life when you are with someone positive, driven, and ambitious. Their enthusiasm is contagious, their focus becomes your focus, and their standards naturally raise your own. In contrast, negative influences can quietly erode your confidence and cloud your vision. People who complain, doubt themselves, or constantly focus on limitations can subtly pull you down if you allow it. Recognizing the difference between these two types of energy is the first step toward consciously curating your circle. It's not about abandoning old friends or family, but about creating a balance. You must intentionally seek relationships that push you forward while managing relationships that may hold you back. Mentors, coaches, or even peers who have achieved what you aspire to accomplish are invaluable. They provide guidance, show possibilities you might not have seen, and demonstrate by example what is achievable when someone refuses to settle for mediocrity. Surrounding yourself with the right influences also means finding people who will hold you accountable. Motivation alone is fleeting. Accountability is lasting. When you share your goals with someone who genuinely cares about your success, they will challenge you when you slack off, celebrate your victories with genuine enthusiasm, and push you to take action when you feel like hesitating. Their presence in your life becomes a mirror, reflecting not just where you are, but what you are capable of becoming. The power of peer influence cannot be overstated. Humans are social beings, and we naturally mirror the habits, attitudes, and behaviors of those we spend the most time with. If you surround yourself with individuals who embrace discipline, hard work, and a growth mindset, these traits begin to embed themselves in your own daily life. On the other hand, if your circle consists of people who constantly settle, procrastinate, or avoid challenges, your potential can be quietly diminished over time without you even noticing. Seek out communities, networks, or groups that resonate with your ambitions. This could be professional networks, personal development communities, or even online spaces where growth-minded individuals converge. These spaces provide consistent exposure to new ideas, strategies, and perspectives that can spark creativity and innovation in your own journey. Being in such environments trains your mind to think bigger and act bolder. Not everyone in your life has to be at your level, but some must be ahead of you. Learning from those who have already walked the path you aspire to take accelerates your growth. These individuals have faced obstacles, made mistakes, and discovered strategies that work. Their insights and experiences can serve as a roadmap, preventing you from repeating avoidable errors and helping you navigate challenges with greater confidence and efficiency. It's equally important to distance yourself from toxic influences. Toxicity doesn't always announce itself loudly. Sometimes it's subtle. Someone who sows doubt in your mind, discourages your dreams, or makes you question your worth. Recognizing these patterns and setting boundaries is essential. Removing or limiting exposure to these influences clears mental space, reduces stress, and allows you to focus on the positive energies that propel you forward. Positive influence doesn't just mean ambitious or successful individuals, it also means people with values aligned with your own. Integrity, empathy, resilience, and a solution-oriented mindset are traits you want to absorb. When you immerse yourself in an environment rich with these qualities, you are constantly reminded of what is possible and inspired to embody those traits yourself. Over time, these influences shift your standards, habits, and even your self-image toward the best version of yourself. Finally, remember that influence is a two-way street. As much as you seek out uplifting and motivating people, strive to be that kind of influence for others. When you commit to pushing yourself and living by example, you inspire those around you to elevate their own lives. The right environment is built not just by what you take in, but by what you contribute. By surrounding yourself with the right influences and becoming one yourself, you create a cycle of growth, motivation, and unstoppable momentum that continues to expand every day. Chapter 8. Taking Massive Action. Move fast, learn fast. Taking massive action is the bridge between dreams and reality. Thinking about your goals, planning endlessly, and visualizing success are all important, but they are useless without action. Action transforms ideas into results. Every successful person you admire reached their achievements not because they thought more, but because they acted decisively. The moment you move from contemplation to execution, you activate a force that propels you forward in ways that mere thinking never can. Waiting for the perfect moment is the enemy of progress. Conditions will never be perfect, and circumstances will never align completely. The truth is, if you wait until everything feels just right, you will wait forever. Success favors the bold. Push yourself to start even when uncertainty looms. Start small if you must, but start. Action begets clarity. The path becomes visible only when you move along it. Action also accelerates learning. When you attempt something, you expose yourself to real-world feedback that no amount of theory or advice can provide. Mistakes, obstacles, and setbacks are invaluable teachers. Each attempt, each iteration reveals what works and what doesn't. Pushing yourself to take action means embracing this continuous learning process, allowing you to adapt faster and smarter than those who remain stuck in planning mode. Momentum is a powerful byproduct of action. Once you take a step, the next step becomes easier. The energy you generate by doing, even imperfectly, fuels more action. Small wins accumulate, and before long, you find yourself progressing faster than you imagined possible. By pushing yourself to act consistently, you create a self-reinforcing cycle of achievement, confidence, and motivation. Fear is always present at the edge of action. It whispers doubts, magnifies risks, and paralyzes many before they even begin. But pushing yourself to act despite fear is what separates achievers from dreamers. Courage isn't the absence of fear, it's moving forward in spite of it. Every time you take action despite fear, you expand your comfort zone, making future challenges less intimidating and more manageable. Clarity emerges through action. When you execute, you begin to see patterns, opportunities, and solutions that were invisible during planning. Problems that seemed insurmountable in theory often dissolve when approached practically. Action provides a feedback loop. It highlights strengths to leverage, weaknesses to improve, and paths to accelerate. Pushing yourself to act gives you insights that no amount of thinking or waiting can ever offer. Action compounds over time. Every effort, every task, every step taken adds up. Even small actions, if repeated consistently, yield extraordinary results. Pushing yourself means recognizing the power of these small, persistent steps. Massive action is not only about intensity but also about accumulation, the combined effect of relentless effort over days, months, and years. Accountability amplifies action. When you commit to acting and hold yourself responsible, your efforts become intentional and measurable. Pushing yourself often means setting deadlines, sharing your goals, or publicly committing to action. Accountability keeps you honest with your progress and motivates you to follow through, ensuring that your plans don't remain empty ideas. Flexibility and adaptability are crucial when taking massive action. Not every step will go as planned, not every approach will succeed. Pushing yourself to act requires resilience and the ability to pivot when necessary. Each action provides data, and each failure is a guide. Learning fast and adjusting strategies ensures that your forward momentum is sustainable and effective, rather than reckless. Ultimately, taking massive action is a statement of faith in yourself. It is saying, I am capable. I will figure it out. I will make it happen. Action transforms intention into reality and uncertainty into experience. The world rewards those who do, not just those who dream. Push yourself to move fast, learn fast, and keep taking bold steps forward. The more you act, the closer you get to the life you've imagined, and the more unstoppable you become. Chapter 9: Celebrate Progress. Recognize how far you've come. Celebrating progress is one of the most underrated practices on the journey to success. Many people are so focused on the destination that they forget to acknowledge the steps they've already taken. Every step forward, no matter how small, is proof that you are moving in the right direction. Recognizing these moments reinforces your belief in yourself and keeps your motivation alive. It's not about becoming complacent. It's about appreciating the effort you've invested and letting that appreciation fuel the next push. When you take the time to reflect on your accomplishments, you begin to see patterns of growth that were invisible in the moment. Perhaps you were once hesitant to speak up in meetings, and now you confidently present ideas. Maybe a skill you struggled to learn is now second nature. These seemingly small victories accumulate into real progress, and when you take stock of them, you realize how capable and resilient you have become. Gratitude plays a critical role in celebrating progress. Being thankful for your own efforts shifts your focus from what you lack to what you've achieved. It helps you build a positive mindset, reminding you that each day is an opportunity to grow further. Gratitude for your journey, for the lessons learned, and for the small wins, even when the larger goals are not yet complete, strengthens your resolve to keep pushing forward. It's also essential to share your progress with others. Sharing your journey not only reinforces your own sense of accomplishment but can also inspire those around you. People often underestimate the power of their story, but when you openly acknowledge your growth, you create ripples of motivation. Your journey can remind others that success is built one step at a time, and that persistence and determination always pay off. Tracking progress is a practical way to celebrate achievements. Whether it's through journaling, creating a vision board, or maintaining a list of milestones, seeing tangible evidence of your growth can be profoundly motivating. Each mark on your progress tracker is a reminder that you are capable of more than you previously believed. It also allows you to set new targets with clarity, knowing precisely how far you've come and what is within your reach. Sometimes, progress is invisible in the moment, and only with reflection do you recognize it. You may feel stagnant, but looking back can reveal how far you've truly come. Perhaps you've overcome fears that once paralyzed you, developed habits that now serve you, or endured challenges that once felt insurmountable. Celebrating these moments, even quietly to yourself, reinforces the fact that growth is happening, even when it feels slow. Celebrating progress also prevents burnout. The journey to success is demanding, and constant forward motion without acknowledgement of achievement can drain your energy and spirit. By pausing to recognize how far you've come, you allow yourself a mental and emotional recharge. It's a reminder that your efforts are meaningful and that you are moving in the right direction, which makes continuing the journey feel less overwhelming. Acknowledging progress fosters confidence. Confidence is built not just by achieving goals but by realizing that you have consistently shown up, overcome obstacles, and grown through experience. Each time you reflect on your journey, you internalize proof of your capability. This growing self-confidence becomes a powerful motivator, propelling you toward new challenges with a sense of belief that you can handle whatever comes next. Celebration is not just about big milestones, it's about recognizing daily victories. Waking up and showing up, taking a difficult action, making a choice that aligns with your goals. These small moments accumulate. Each represents a conscious decision to push yourself, and acknowledging them reinforces the habit of persistence. By valuing small wins, you maintain momentum and avoid the trap of undervaluing your effort. Finally, celebrating progress reminds you that the journey itself is as important as the destination. Life is a series of moments, challenges, and achievements, and each moment of progress adds richness to your story. When you celebrate your growth, you honor your resilience, your courage, and your determination. It's a reminder that success is not only about where you end up but also about how far you've traveled, how much you've learned, and how much stronger you've become along the way. Chapter 10. Never stop pushing. The journey continues. Pushing yourself is not a one-time achievement. It's a continuous journey that evolves with every stage of your life. Each day presents new challenges, new opportunities, and new lessons that demand your energy, your focus, and your courage. Success is not a final destination. It is the result of relentless effort and the refusal to settle for mediocrity. To truly embrace the journey of pushing yourself, you must see every moment, every decision, every effort, as a building block toward your growth and your future. The path to greatness is often unpredictable and full of obstacles, but those obstacles are not meant to stop you. They are meant to test your resilience and reveal your strength. Every setback, every disappointment, every failure is an opportunity to learn more about yourself, to understand the depth of your determination, and to prove to yourself that you can rise even when the world seems intent on holding you down. Pushing yourself requires embracing uncertainty and moving forward anyway, even when the path is unclear. Your why also becomes your armor against doubt. When fear creeps in or the path ahead seems impossible, your why reminds you of your purpose. It whispers, "Keep going. You have a reason to fight." Even in moments of exhaustion or uncertainty, Your why becomes the fuel that keeps your heart and mind aligned with your goals. It transforms pain into motivation, setbacks into learning, and effort into progress. Without it, even the strongest resolve can crumble under pressure. Understanding your why is not just about motivation, it's about clarity. When you know your why, you stop wasting energy on distractions or pursuits that don't align with your purpose. Decisions become easier because your why acts as a filter. You learn to say no to things that don't serve your growth, your mission, or your vision. This clarity is priceless because it allows you to focus all your energy on what truly matters, accelerating your journey toward your goals. Your why also inspires resilience. Life will challenge you. Obstacles will appear when you least expect them. When your why is strong, you see challenges not as roadblocks but as necessary tests that strengthen your character. Every setback becomes a lesson, every failure an opportunity to grow. Your why keeps you anchored, reminding you that the discomfort and struggle are temporary, but the fulfillment of your purpose is lasting. It transforms endurance into passion and effort into meaningful progress. Another powerful aspect of your why is that it motivates action. Many people have goals but never take consistent steps to achieve them. Why? Because they lack a compelling reason to act when the initial excitement fades. Your why becomes the constant reminder of why effort matters. It fuels discipline, persistence, and the courage to step outside your comfort zone. When you are anchored in purpose, action is no longer optional, it is inevitable. Your why can also become a source of inspiration for others. When people witness your dedication and drive, rooted in a clearly defined purpose, they are drawn to your journey. Your why radiates energy that motivates others to examine their own lives, to dig deeper, and to push themselves. In this way, your personal purpose not only propels you forward but also creates a ripple effect, encouraging growth and resilience in those around you. Finally, your why is a lifelong guide. It doesn't just serve you during one challenge or one goal, it shapes your entire journey. As you achieve goals and encounter new challenges, your why evolves, keeping you focused, motivated, and unstoppable. It ensures that no matter how long the journey, no matter how steep the climb, you never lose sight of the reason you started. Discover your why, nurture it, and let it fuel every decision, every action, and every step of your journey to becoming your best self. Chapter 3: Breaking Comfort Zones. Growth begins with discomfort. Growth never happens inside your comfort zone. Every person who has achieved something extraordinary started by stepping into the unknown. Comfort is safe, predictable, and easy, but it keeps you stagnant. When you stay in the familiar, you might feel secure, but you are also denying yourself the opportunity to discover your true potential. Pushing yourself means embracing the unfamiliar and walking a path that others fear to tread. Discomfort is a signal that you are stretching beyond your current limits. It can show up as nervousness, fear, doubt, or even physical unease. Rather than running from it, recognize it as a sign that you are growing. Every time you encounter resistance, remember that it is a marker on the road to your higher self. Growth is rarely comfortable because transformation itself is a challenge to the status quo of your life. Fear is often the biggest barrier to leaving your comfort zone. You may fear failure, rejection, or embarrassment, but these fears are illusions created by your mind. The moment you step forward despite fear, you realize that it is not nearly as paralyzing as you imagined. Courage is not the absence of fear, it is action in spite of fear. Push yourself, and you will find that what once seemed impossible becomes achievable. Trying new things is an essential part of growth. When you experiment, explore, and test yourself, you uncover strengths and talents you never knew existed. You may stumble or fall, but each attempt brings valuable experience. Life is not about perfection, it is about progress. The willingness to try and fail is what separates those who achieve their dreams from those who remain trapped in comfort. The mind often resists change because it thrives on familiarity. Breaking free from comfort requires intentional effort and consistent practice. You must train yourself to see discomfort as an opportunity rather than a threat. Start small by taking manageable risks, gradually increasing the level of challenge. Each step beyond the comfort zone strengthens your confidence and resilience. Discomfort also teaches patience and persistence. Growth rarely happens overnight, and the moments of struggle are where character is built. The next time you feel uneasy, anxious, or uncertain, pause and remind yourself that these feelings are part of the process. By leaning into discomfort rather than avoiding it, you develop the mental and emotional strength necessary to tackle even greater challenges. Surrounding yourself with challenges accelerates your growth. Seek situations that stretch your limits and force you to think differently. Take on tasks that intimidate you. Engage with people who challenge your perspective. The more you willingly confront difficulty, the more adaptable and resourceful you become. Life rewards those who are willing to go where others won't. Negative self-talk, procrastination, and hesitation are forces that will try to pull you down, but the moment you decide to push yourself, you reclaim control. Your inner dialogue shapes your reality, so nurture it with belief, positivity, and the unwavering conviction that you can overcome anything. Discipline is the bridge between goals and achievements. It is what separates those who dream from those who make things happen. Every day you have the power to build habits that propel you forward. Whether it's waking up earlier, dedicating time to learn new skills, or pushing yourself physically or mentally, consistency is the key. The effort you invest today compounds over time, and the small, deliberate actions you take daily become the foundation for extraordinary success. Pushing yourself is about showing up when it's hard and continuing even when motivation fades. Failure is not a reflection of your worth, but a necessary ingredient in the recipe for success. Each setback, mistake, and disappointment carries a lesson that is invaluable. When you push yourself, you learn to embrace failure as a guide, not a roadblock. Every time you rise after falling, you gain strength, resilience, and insight. Success is not a straight path. It is a winding journey filled with detours that test your commitment. Your ability to rise, learn, and move forward determines the magnitude of what you can achieve. Surrounding yourself with the right people amplifies your potential. Energy is contagious, and the people you spend time with can either lift you higher or hold you back. Seek those who challenge you to grow, who inspire action, and who believe in your vision even when you doubt it yourself. Mentors, peers, and supporters create an environment that reinforces your desire to push forward. Remember, your network is not just a source of guidance, it is a reflection of the standards you set for your own life. Action is the catalyst for transformation. Dreams without action are illusions, and planning without execution is wasted effort. Pushing yourself means turning intentions into concrete steps. Start before you feel ready, take risks, and embrace the learning process along the way. Momentum builds from movement, and once you begin, you create a cycle of progress that fuels confidence, growth, and achievement. The more you act, the more capable and unstoppable you become. Acknowledging and celebrating progress is as important as striving for the future. Every achievement, every small victory, every moment of persistence deserves recognition. Gratitude for how far you've come fuels motivation and strengthens resolve. It reminds you that your effort matters, that growth is happening, and that every step, however small, contributes to the larger picture. Celebrating progress keeps your spirit energized and your vision alive. Pushing yourself is not a one-time effort. It is a lifelong commitment to becoming the best version of yourself. Goals will evolve, challenges will arise, and circumstances will shift, but the practice of striving, learning, and expanding must remain constant. Your journey is unique, and the only comparison that matters is with who you were yesterday. Each day offers an opportunity to redefine your limits, surpass expectations, and achieve things you once thought impossible. Ultimately, the power to make things happen resides within you. Every dream, every ambition, every goal is within reach if you are willing to push yourself beyond comfort, doubt, and fear. Success is not a matter of luck. It is a matter of consistent effort, belief, and relentless action. The life you desire is not somewhere out there waiting for you. It is built step by your own hands, heart, and mind. Now is your moment. Decide. Push yourself. Make it happen.